It's Loving the Strange with Carrie Jones and Sean Farrar. Loving the Strange, a podcast for weirdos and those who want to be weirder. Embrace the strange. New episodes every Saturday, live streaming Fridays. Loving the Strange. Check us out. Hello, Shawnee.
Hey, baby girl.
Hi.
What's going on?
Well, I was really distracted by the Today Show breaking news, and I started the podcast like 3 seconds late, and now it's just all over.
My clock still says 7. Oh, we just turned to 7:01. That means we made it.
I feel like we're not starting off 2024 in the best
No,
way.
baby, you got 60 seconds of leeway there built in. Basically, it's like from the time it turns 7:00.
Colon?
Isn't that what's in between the numbers?
I know, it just sounds so naughty when you say it. Like, colon. Like, yo, baby. So one of our friends wants Shawnee to read poems that I write.
Oh, yeah.
In his whispery Shawnee voice.
People on this thing aren't familiar with that, huh?
No, but can you show them?
No, baby.
Sean. Sean, you know what that is?
What?
Improv. That's called blocking. And when you block someone else's request, you have nothing to go with.
It's really me. So I can't just... Oh, let me turn the scanner off. My bad.
That's our police scanner, because that's the kind of humans we are.
Well, there's a reason for that.
And that's the 7 o'clock page. So if you're unaware, what happens for local police departments in our area is that this is our mystery topic number 1. In local police departments in our area and fire departments, it's really the fire and ambulance services and not the police, but whatever, just go with it. At 6 and 7 o'clock at night, they take turns picking what time. They do a test of the paging system to make sure it works. And that's what you all just heard because Shawnee forgot to turn it off.
Yeah.
Welcome to 2024, babies.
Oh, it's going to be awesome. That was just a little minor mistake.
So far, we've had 2 minor mistakes in this podcast.
We have?
I'm sorry, 3.
Oh, you were late.
I was late.
Yeah.
You forgot to turn off the pager.
Yeah.
We're doing the podcast.
That's not a mistake.
It's a big mistake.
Except we don't have a topic. That's
the problem, right?
That's the beauty of it, baby.
That's not a beauty. That's
we already got 2 comments and 2 listeners. We're good. We can
it's Kate.
Just wrap it up right now.
Hey, Kate and Dee. Dee says, hey, I'm here but running up the stairs because I just finished working out.
Show off.
I
Jesus.
know. Dee.
Damn.
Dee is all fit now. I don't know how she can hang us.
I do a lot of stairs during my day, and I am by no means fit.
I know, but you're not D-Bay. Susie says, Happy 3 Kings Eve. Susie, I was just telling Shawnee about it being the Epiphany tomorrow. So, you and me, babe. You and me.
It's like it makes up a whole brand new honey-do list.
A whole new.
Because you got this like little narrow time slot you've got to undo all this stuff.
It's like, here. At this day, the 12th day of Christmas, you got to get rid of your stuff, but you also, in our household, have to introduce the 3 kings, right? And so you have to
Who are the other 2 besides me?
What?
3 kings, baby. I said, who are the other 2 besides me?
Oh, no. Really?
Just a little jealousy.
You're so full of yourself.
Jealousy rearing its ugly head.
You're so full of yourself. Shawnee would like everyone to know he's the king of the household.
Well, that's...
Look at him. Look at him preening. He's like,
I can't.
Look at me.
I can't.
I'm the man here. That's you, baby. That's you.
But I can't confirm it because I might get my ass kicked after the podcast is over.
Because I can totally kick your 6'6", but I'm sure, yeah. Susie says, put your shoes out with hay or carrot for the camels.
Dude, we can just leave our shoes out of the closet and they'll still get eaten.
By the doggy camels.
Huh?
By the doggy camels. So
I don't know that we've got any hay or carrots in our refrigerator right now. Not that we keep hay in our refrigerator.
We do.
We keep that out in the barn.
Don't tell all the secrets. John Bell says, that's funny. He still listens to Scanner. I still have the one I bought the same time he did in like 1989. Still can hear conversations in the 900 range. Can't even buy those anymore.
Yeah.
Shawnee?
I forgot I ever had a scanner, but
What?
I forgot I ever used to have a scanner.
What happened to it, babe?
But the 900 range it's like you can listen on cell phone calls.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool. Why did you guys have scanners? I'm assuming back in high school. Why?
No, we were out of high school, dude.
I was trying to give you a little cred. I was trying to give you a little.
John, I think, graduated in 87.
Okay, but why did you have scanners? You
so
two Florida boys.
Where we commit crimes and not get caught.
Is that why?
No.
Is that why?
No.
I think that might be why.
No.
I think that is why.
Never.
Why? Why then? Why did you have scanners?
I don't know.
Because that was the truth.
Well,
you were listening to where the po-po were and trying not to get caught.
But we weren't committing crimes.
Dude, why did you tell me none of this before we got married? I thought you were like so straight edge, so like goody, like.
Hey, if you're trying to sell a business, you don't show the losses, just the profits, baby. That's why.
What? What does that even mean?
You just asked me why I didn't tell you any of that, but you don't even know if it's true or not.
No, but I believe it. Ooh, we got it.
Whoa, that's a little too close there, honey.
That was fun. But why? Why did you?
Why what?
Why did you, John Bell? If you are still listening, why did you guys have scanners?
John's working, so we might not hear. Ah, shit.
He said that. John Bell said, for those of you who are only listening after the podcast, he said we're find out where all the cool, he capitalized cool, parties were because we could hear everyone giving addresses on the wireless phones.
Not everybody had a wireless phone back then.
What? So you guys were like wedding crashers in Florida, but only for parties? And you like learn how to crash via the cell phones you picked up on your scanners. This is a book. This is like a book idea. This is amazing. And it could be a movie, like Wedding Crashers, but Party Crashers.
Well, this could be part of John's Florida man, but he won't write it until he retires.
That's amazing. Hey, Amanda Courtney is here.
Hello.
And she says, hello, Carrie and Shaun. Smartly putting my name first. I love you for that, Amanda. But yeah, we could do that. We could totally have that would be a really great story idea.
Yeah.
Did you guys crash any parties?
Oh, sure.
Honey.
It was different back then, you know.
How is it different?
Well, you didn't really have to know anybody.
What? Is Florida like just a different country where the rules didn't...
I don't even know outside of Massachusetts where you go to a party that's as big as like a Florida party in the Northeast.
Really?
I don't really know how to describe. Maybe like a college party.
You never went to like a gravel pit or a quarry party?
Oh, hell yeah.
In New England?
Not me?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, you only busted them when you were a cop.
Yeah.
Bummer.
I suppose I might have gone to a couple.
Might have. You might have.
But we did that in Florida too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely.
How big were these parties?
Like hundreds of people.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Hundreds?
Yes.
Hundreds of humans?
Yes.
Beings?
Yes.
All hanging out?
Yes.
At a party?
Yes.
That you and John Bell crashed?
Well, nobody notice if it's not like you're crashing a wedding reception.
Were these on beaches or something? Like, where did they gather hundreds of humans?
Well, at people's baby, there's some big houses and big yards in Florida.
Wow. Did everybody bring their own food? Like, how did they pay for this?
Well, we probably only bought whatever we had for beer in the truck, but...
Did you bring potato chips or Doritos?
Only if we were eating them ourselves. That's That's the whole point.
I want
If you're
details.
You gotta get your money back. You gotta get your investment from the scanner back before you start bringing stuff to the parties.
So basically,
back then it was probably but it was $100 late '80s dollars probably to buy those scanners. That's like $1 million today.
Okay, Grandpa. Thank you. Thanks, Grandpa. Look, Grandpa's even coughing.
Oh my God, I've had this cough. I've had my cough longer than I think you had yours, baby.
No.
Well, I'm closing in on you, I guarantee you.
Never. I win cough awards. So apparently our first topic today is the Epiphany. And then our second topic is Shawnee and John Bell.
Revolving topics tonight.
And Shawnee and John at Florida parties. You know, I think the biggest party I went to in New Hampshire as a kid was probably like 40 people at maybe Tracy Olszewski's house.
That's a decent party.
Yeah.
That just inside like your typical 2,000 square foot house. That's pretty full.
Typical 2,000 square foot house.
I'm just imagining.
Look at how wealthy you are, babe.
All right, 3,000. It's still.
That's even wealthier.
It's still. I thought you lived in Bedford.
I know, but not.
That's a wealthy community, and you were the only poor kid in it.
I was not.
1,000 times.
No, there were a couple other poor kids. I was just one of the main poor kids.
Anyways, look, John still remembers how much it cost to fill a keg back then.
How much did it cost?
$52 late '80s dollars, which is like $50,000 nowadays.
I didn't see my first keg. For those of you who do not know, Shaun, can you explain what a keg is?
A keg is a stainless steel barrel full of beer.
Okay, so I didn't see that.
I'm not sure how many gallons it is. John might know, but it's a lot.
I didn't see that or really even understand what that was until college.
Really?
Yeah. That's how different we are, babe. Like,
man.
Yeah.
We were in our late tweens when we
That's terrible.
When we were dragging kegs around.
That's so terrible.
I'm pretty sure we acquired our very own tap somewhere along the way, so we didn't have to rent one anymore.
And a tap is the thing you put into the top of the keg.
Yeah, and you get those. They didn't have the gas ones back then. You had it's like a bicycle pump. You screw the tap in and you pressurize the tank, and then you hit the spout. You got to remember those from college.
I didn't really drink the beer.
Oh yeah, hoity-toity.
No, oh yeah, this is hoity-toity. So in my college, what I did instead of drinking the beer, because I didn't like beer, was that
smoked the weed.
I definitely didn't do that. What I did was I drank whatever party drink they made.
Oh, you drank the punch?
Yeah. So like at my college, you paid to go to the party.
Oh, you did?
So at my college, if they had a party in a dorm, they always had kegs. But if the party was sponsored by a club, like as a fundraiser or something, then they would they'd mix massive amounts of alcohol and some sort of punch that was disgusting and usually red in garbage cans lined with garbage bags, and then you dip your red Solo cup into that garbage can, and that would be your drink, and your hands would get really sticky, and it was pretty damn gross.
I can't deal with sticky hands.
And that was how I learned about alcohol, because nobody in my family really drank much.
What did you learn about alcohol, baby?
I learned that it's sticky.
Only on a good night does it end up sticky.
And no.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Susie has a big post there.
All right, you read it, man, because I have to have some water.
I can't. Oh, I can read to the side. Back in 1974 in Florida, I got dropped off on a street corner along with our two small children because Art's firefighter scanner went off in the back seat and he needed to answer the call. He was not allowed to have non-firefighters in the car when answering a call.
Wow. You know, I had a husband that was not Shaun. I had an ex-husband, and my ex-husband's dad he was wealthy-ish, And like they had grown, he had been a insurance company executive in Hartford, Connecticut. But when he retired, he wanted to do something good. So he became an EMT and a firefighter and then eventually a paramedic. And they lived on this little island off of Long Island called Shelter Island, right? And he did all of this and like started running marathons after he retired. So like this guy is kind of freaking amazing, right? Because he's like, hey, I did everything. Now I'm gonna like do good and make myself fit, and I need to have goals to be happy. But his scanner would go off because he was the only paramedic on this very large island full of wealthy people. And his scanner would go off all the time. And he was constantly abandoning his wife. Like they'd be out at the country club and he'd be sitting at the country club with like, the guy who owns Victoria's Secret, and the scanner would go off and he'd be like, oh, gotta go. Someone give Betty a ride home. And like all the time. And she eventually, like after about like 10 years of this, like they're now like 75 years old. She's like, I give up. And she just like, they got her a golf cart and she would take the golf cart separately wherever they drove on the island. Because when he had a really serious call, they'd have to like get off the island on the ferry and take the patient.
He'd be gone forever.
Yeah, he'd be gone forever. And like they have to bring him to Long Island to the real hospital. And she just gave up because she hated being at the mercy of everything. But Susie, your story reminded me so much of Ben and Betty because that was such a big deal for them in their life. Like, no two young kids involved there, but
No.
But Betty was always hitching rides, constantly hitching rides because Ben was off saving the world. The end. What?
Real heroes.
They were.
The wives.
The wives are the heroes.
Wait, go back to John's real quick.
John says 13.2 grams. I don't know what that means.
13.2 gallons for the keg.
Oh.
13.2 gallons of beer.
Is that what was in a late 1980s keg? According to late 1980s gallons measurements?
Yeah.
Just
now
like
everybody's got those smaller kegs that are like the size of the soda canisters. This was actually a barrel, not like a 55-gallon drum size. It was 13.2 gallons, but it was heavy when it was full.
I don't really remember.
Especially when it was in a trash can full of ice, and it took 2 people to lift that.
I remember people like wanting to roll them and other people being like, don't roll them. And like,
Yeah.
That's all I really remember.
That's all.
I wasn't a keggy person.
You didn't
like
drink beer.
But one of the dormitories where I lived in smelled like beer. It was like it soaked into the carpet.
Probably did.
And I remember one of my parents came up and visited me and they're like, oh, what is that? And I'm like, that's the smell of beer. Beer in the carpet, beer in the walls, beer in the curtains, beer everywhere.
See, Carrie says she comes from a poor family, but they never drink beer.
They didn't drink anything. They were too
the
poor.
finest liquors for them.
No, they didn't drink anything.
Your dad was a Scotsman, wasn't he?
No.
I know, he was a teetotaler.
Yes. My father Barnard, never drank anything. Ever. Until like he got very, very older and he would have apricot brandy. Yeah, it was like, and so we kept like this bottle of apricot and he would only have it on Christmas, and and my parents were divorced, but they always did everything together. And so we kept this bottle of apricot or peach brandy or something. It was really disgusting.
It's very sweet.
Yeah, and then he'd have a tiny thing and then it would be there for another year. How long does that keep now that I think about it?
How long does it keep? Probably forever.
So Susie says it was called the Harry Buffalo. Oh, a clean trash can, a new toilet brush to mix with, and every bottle of booze that walked through the door. I never drank it, but I did clean up after party goers went home or passed out in the corners of the living room. Susie, did you have Harry Buffaloes in your living room?
Probably wasn't her living room.
Ooh, but she was cleaning it up. Maybe it was.
Sure she was in
I feel like there's
college or something.
I feel like there's more to the story. And John Bell says it was beer and puke.
Yeah.
Back of my truck had that aroma in the carpeting for years.
I'll tell you what. If you could find that carpet and do like some sort of analysis,
No.
DNA,
No.
otherwise,
No.
of the fires, that would be a book for you.
That's so icky. Hey,
There was a lot of kegs carried in the back of that truck too.
I have a new topic.
All right, what?
So you missed this, I think, but today trending on social media.
Oh yeah, I did.
Was somebody made a video and it kind of looked like the original video reversed and then pixelated. And it was of a bunch of police response to a Miami mall on, I think, New Year's Day.
Yeah.
And they decided that 10-foot tall aliens were in the Miami, Florida mall.
Yeah.
Maybe John has heard about this. And then that there was this massive cover up of the 10-foot tall aliens.
Really?
Yes.
So I don't understand the video part.
All right, so all these what is known is that all these police responded to a mall
in
Miami.
An open mall, like in business, or is it
yes.
like most American malls are?
It's an open. It is a currently running mall. Okay. I do not know how many people go to this mall or how many stores open in this mall. But they it was just like a massive police response, and allegedly there were teenagers who were like being jerks and like throwing firecrackers or some sort of fireworks, I guess, and being poops in there. And that's the official story. 4 teenagers eventually got arrested while the police were escorting other teenagers out. And those teenagers allegedly like beat up a motorist.
Okay.
Or something like that. And there's like some grainy video, like kind of taken from above. Yeah. And it's dark outside or dark in the mall. It's dark.
Yeah.
And you can kind of see the cops walking through. It's outside because the cop cars are there. And like you see all the cop cars. And it's a massive response. It's like a ton of people.
Okay.
But then, like a couple days later, somebody on Twitter, now known as X, took the video. And it's like a reverse image now.
All right.
For some reason, I don't know if that matters. And the 3 cops who are like walking at the top of the video are now kind of blurred.
Yeah.
And it looks like one giant image of something.
Yeah.
And so they're saying that is the 10-foot alien, one of many that were at the Miami mall. And so then conspiracy people and alien people, people who are into aliens and stuff, or people who are just really bored, or people who are curious, or like, what is this, right? And it was everywhere today.
Really?
Everywhere, except, nobody else probably saw it except for me, but it was everywhere.
I didn't see it. It must have been on X.
It was on X. But anyways, USA Today now has a post that says, the headline is, "There were no aliens. Miami police clarify after teenage fight spawns viral conspiracy theory."
That's hilarious.
And like the email that the police department sent to USA Today says, there were no aliens, UFOs, or ETs. So I guess and according to this article, like the spread of this video started on TikTok and then went to X, formerly known as Twitter.
Right.
And like everyone's like, that's a gray alien. That's a gray alien. It's 10 feet tall. It's a gray alien, right? And they like really thought like in this image was an alien hiding from the police. But the police people say that it was a shadow of a person walking. And there you go.
All right.
But I think that's amazing. I think it's amazing on so many levels. Like, it's amazing that everyone's like, is that an alien?
Yeah.
And like so willing to believe that there's a cover up. And maybe there is. Who do I know? I don't know anything.
Oh, people are ready to believe any sort of conspiracy nowadays.
But also, like, why did the person who initially started it, like, why did they think it? Like, why did they want to start it? Like, what is the, like, goal?
Maybe they know it's bullshit and they just wanted to see what would happen.
But isn't that fascinating?
Yeah.
Like,
that's crafty. I like that. See.
Do you like it, baby?
Yeah.
Do you like it? So there's topic number 2. Susie says usually that Harry Buffalo.
Yeah, the Harry Buffalo
was served at a Navy hail and farewell party.
I'm not quite sure what that is, but I'm gonna imagine it's probably like retirement type or change of duty stations.
I think it's like what they have in the army too, and it's like when you come.
Mm-hmm. And when you go.
And when you go.
I'm not making a sex joke out of that, baby. You don't have to smile so much. You know, I know you walked me right into that, but I didn't take advantage of it. It's okay.
We're really off our game.
Yeah. I let you off the hook.
This is what happens when you haven't done a podcast for so long.
I know, like 3 weeks, you get out of practice.
I know. Oh, Susie said I'm right. She said, yes, ding, ding.
I see it.
Well, no one else saw it.
Will somebody make another comment? So quick.
Shani just doesn't want to leave it that I was right.
I'm just kidding, baby.
Least supportive husband ever.
Baby, you're always right. It gets old after a while.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Liar.
About what? Oh, which part am I lying about?
All of it.
That you're always right or that it gets old after a while?
Not always right.
Thanks, Dee. Dee made a comment.
Oh, Dee. Disappointed, Dee. Disappointed.
Right.
Yes.
No, you go ahead.
No, you go.
You started before.
Dude, I've been carrying the podcast.
I am a shim. You say that every time. Holy crap.
And you're the funny one. So it's you have to be funny. Go, baby.
You, baby.
No.
Like, I was just going to actually have like a real little topic here.
Okay, what's your real topic?
Well, I don't know. This is just something I found earlier.
Is it about aliens?
No, it's about 58 weird college majors.
Oh.
But I bet I could find one about aliens.
Well, 58 weird college majors kind of ties into the keg parties if we're kind of like trying to like
what?
Go all back in.
The keg parties?
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, it could go that way.
Here's one.
Okay.
Where'd it go? I lost it. Hold on. Oh.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
The science of poultry. Applying biology and chemistry to make chicken safe for human consumption.
And
that's a funny major at a college, isn't it?
Oh, that's the major.
Ha, 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 ha. It is. Basically, you'd be like a USDA inspector, making sure those chickens are safe for humans.
So the major's not agricultural studies or anything?
No, that's the major's name, the science of poultry.
That's very specific.
It's a Bachelor of Science. And the salary average is a whopping $59,000.
Oh, it's not that bad.
No, not to start.
Oh.
Probably get a free white lab coat. And a thermometer. And all the chicken you can eat.
Huh.
Good benefits.
That is pretty cool. Oh, Dee said she just had chicken for dinner, so she hopes it was safe. It was most definitely yummy.
I'm sure it was super safe because somebody took that as their college major.
Someone at your restaurant, Dee. Here.
No, that's the guy that inspected it before it got to the restaurant.
Can you see this?
Hold on, I gotta go back.
All right, so.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
All right, so I have managed to get a video of the video. Let's see.
My God, you're so good, baby.
Thank you. And so hopefully, this is the one of the many people who tweeted about this, and then they said, "I don't know if the rumors about the aliens at the Miami Mall are real, but I do know that I've never seen this many police in one place." And this is from CB. What?
I said there's a lot of cops there. Holy shit.
There's like so many cops.
Esto es una llamada a todas las unidades de la ciudad de Miami.
Like
Oh my God, they're still going.
Like it's like
That right there is 10-foot aliens.
Esto es en Bayside
There's
ahora.
no way
well
they
that's
ever have that many cops there for a freaking teenage fight.
well that
They wouldn't have
¿Qué hora
that
es?
many
¿Qué
cops
hora es?
there if the juveniles took up.
well, I think that was why people kind of got all conspiracy
9:35
about it, right? Like
de
there's
la
just
noche de hoy,
so
primero de
many cops there, like
Yeah,
so many.
that's insane. That was like how many cop cars? 30?
I don't. Oh, at least
Just in
30.
that one line.
Like at least 30. They're
Maybe
like
50. I don't know.
yeah. If you're only listening to us, like those cars go down and down and down.
Yeah, go on to X and find that video.
Yeah,
Because that's impressive.
it's a lot.
I didn't even know they had. I mean, I know they got a lot of cops in Miami,
no.
but that looked like the whole force. What'd you do, baby?
My headphones
Yeah.
are wrapped around the wheel of my chair.
Did you unwrap them?
No.
Do you need me to help you?
No, I just need you to talk so I can get it
Well,
fixed.
I wouldn't. You would be done if you would
Just
have
do
kept
it.
working.
Just don't complain.
I'm not complaining whatsoever, baby. I was gonna make a naughty joke right there, but I didn't.
Yeah.
It had something to do with you being down on your knees, man.
Oh my God, Shaun.
Did you get it unwrapped?
Yeah.
You're a genius.
It was no, a genius wouldn't have gotten
Okay.
a genius wouldn't have gotten their headphone cord.
Hey, come on. I was going to take credit for finally teaching you a mechanical skill.
I'm so embarrassed.
I do it all the time.
No, you
I
don't.
get the cat's tail stuck in there.
No, you're
I do run over my headphone cords a lot, though, when I'm using them.
really.
Yeah. I'm surprised we haven't broken a pair yet.
I'm so embarrassed. I'm just so embarrassed.
Why?
Because that was embarrassing.
No.
I'm also still really into this alien theory, even though it's being debunked by the Popo.
That's not debunking. You can't, as anybody that has one little grain of conspiracy theory brain, which you do,
No,
you cannot be debunked by the government. That's the enemy of
No.
conspiracy theories.
Oh,
it is.
well, maybe of conspiracy theory. Oh, it's a kitty. Yeah.
They're the hiders of all truth.
I don't know, man. That was
I'm
just
not preaching
horrifying.
conspiracy. I'm just kidding.
I don't
Don't.
know, man.
Don't
I'm really embarrassed.
censor us, YouTube or whoever.
Our child works for the government, buddy.
That's true.
All right, so
And I don't trust her either.
that's really, really wrong.
Just kidding.
So there's another alien Miami story because
Are they 10 foot tall?
yeah, it said
Whoa! They're smart. They started down south. I bet they're in California too. They're going for the populated area.
well, that would be smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're impregnating all those women right now.
So the Daily Dot, whatever that is, and I apologize, people at the Daily Dot, if you're something cool and I just don't know about you, but they said that, quote, on TikTok, users have started a panic, somehow claiming that the video revealed 8 to 10 foot tall beings roaming the mall, citing reports that appear to be non-existent.
Of course they are. Because they're all super duper classified now.
It's just really hard.
Government cover up conspiracy.
It's really hard to know what the truth is. I guess that's my topic here. Is like, what is the truth? You know, like, how do you, like, when I was a little kid, oh, Susie's niece works for the Daily Dot. See, I knew somebody would. But like, how do you know what truth is? You know, like, how do you verify the truth? And as local reporters, we try, Shawnee and I try really hard and maybe not always succeed.
Yeah,
like,
sometimes we can't.
Right? Like, Shawnee just interviewed someone and here's a really, an amazing, beautiful human, right? A great human, right? And I'm listening to the interview and he's like, yeah, this is where I live, used to be the estate of the Auchinclouses, who
You don't have to say the name.
I'm not saying his name.
I know what you said the other estate name.
whatever, that doesn't matter.
All right.
And they were linked to Jackie Kennedy, right? So I'm like, I need to verify that. And so on the internet, I cannot find anything that verifies other than somebody else saying,
I just remembered how to verify that because I've heard it before.
can I finish?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay. I can't verify it other than somebody saying that they heard on a tour that this was the same estate. But then the head of the historical society said that same land actually had nothing to do with that family that was related to Jackie Kennedy, but was in fact, that land was actually where like a Turkish prince or king or something lived, right? And so there, but in local history and local telling of tales, that original person that Shaun talked to is right. But in truth, it can't quite be verified, at least not yet. And so then you're a reporter and you're like, okay, our interviewee says this, but this isn't quite true. What do we do? And then you just kind of usually leave out the fact if there's something like that for that kind of story. But to me, it's so interesting how a community creates a narrative that they live by. You know, like who will from Miami be like, oh yeah, man, there are these 10-foot aliens at the mall, and the cops totally covered it up. And then other
kids, some of those teenagers that were supposed to be fighting, they saw them.
Maybe they were fighting the 10-foot tall aliens. Like who knows?
Why they threw those firecrackers out there.
Exactly.
Trying to scare them off.
Yeah, but it becomes like this question of what is truth, you know, and who tells the stories that become what truth is. And if everybody believes that those people lived on that piece of land, does that matter more than them not?
No.
No, but like it's interesting is all to me. Maybe not to Shaun because he's back in that pose.
Oh no, it is interesting as well to me.
That's our doggie. If you can hear her, she's trying to dig a hole in her dog bed. Shaun, talk.
Yes, love.
Talk, please.
Oh, I was thinking about what you were just talking about. And I know somebody that's already told me that story.
Yeah.
I just remembered.
Ah.
Yeah, I'll tell you after.
Okay. Susie said that Appalachian State University offers a degree in fermentation science.
Is that like brewing?
Cookie, stop.
That's not Pope.
Oh, Mr. Murphy. We're babysitting a dog.
Huh?
We're babysitting another dog.
Yeah, we're babysitting. Well, our government employee.
That's government employee.
Daughter's dog.
Yay. All right, so.
Conspiracy builder.
All right, it's 7:38.
So?
It's your turn.
My turn?
Talk about things.
Just because you talk more than I do doesn't mean you're carrying the podcast, baby.
I'm not carrying the podcast.
Huh?
I just need you to talk.
Okay. So I'm still on my weird college majors.
All right, cool.
But this is one I'd be interested in taking. Sexuality studies.
I don't think that's what you think it is.
It doesn't pay very much.
I don't think that's what you think it is.
Like a sex therapist should make more than $61,000.
I'm sure some do.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
Yeah.
The job opportunities aren't attractive either.
Oh, really?
Working in social services, counseling, healthcare, and social justice.
I bet that if you were an online sex coach, like you could probably
Sex coach?
Mm-hmm.
Like the actual practice of sex coach?
Maybe. But I feel like, you know, if you're a writing coach or you're a counselor, you can get like $100 an hour, let's say.
Yeah.
So if you're a specialized kind of coach, like that Mel Robbins woman, like she probably gets like $1,000 an hour.
What's she coach?
I think she does life coach sexy things.
Really?
Yeah, but I don't know. I have to look her up.
All right.
I might be speaking out of turn.
No. Don't worry about it.
Why
Are
not?
you looking her up?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
All right, so she's a life coach.
Yeah.
And she has a workbook.
Yeah.
And she's a motivational speaker.
Yeah.
And I don't think she has anything to do with sex, and I apologize. And her TED Talk is called This is probably why I thought it was about sex. How to stop screwing yourself over.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Mel Robbins isn't her real name.
Is she? Oh, I was gonna say, is she related to Tony?
I know. No, I think she married somebody whose last name is Robbins, maybe.
Tony. He taught her everything she knows.
Doug Marshall's here. Hey, Doug Marshall.
He's not.
Yeah, he says hi.
Doug hasn't been here forever.
I know, but he's
As far
here
as I
now.
can remember.
He's here now to see our worst podcast ever.
Hey, Doug, it's not our worst. It's been going great.
Dude, I
What?
got my headphones stuck in the chair.
Who cares? That was just a little bit of comedic relief. Dang, baby. Nobody's judging here. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
This is like Vegas.
Doug said I sensed you were talking about sex.
Oh, you hit it at the right time, Douglas. There's this online course you and I should sign up for together. It's called Sexuality Studies. I'm just kidding. It's not online.
I bet there's got to be one online.
Probably.
Oh, well, this intimacy coach only charges $50 an hour.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, huh.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I
You
don't
like Zoom people and be like, all right, let me see what you got in
Hey.
the bedroom.
I don't know, but a dating coach charges between $90 and $150.
I was gonna say I can get like $3.25 an hour for that. In today's day and age, I don't even know what I'd have to take a class on dating apps to be a dating coach.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think that's really interesting. But yeah, like they do things like they fix your dating profile. They help you get your first 10 successful dates. I don't know how they tell you.
Quantify successful?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they improve your flirting skills and your body language. Like, and a 12-week package for that would be about $3,000.
What?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what successful date means nowadays. Both parties actually show up at the restaurant or bar or whatever.
How about like both parties show up, right?
And neither one gets catfished.
Nobody gets catfish, and more time is spent off the phone than on the phone.
Oh, yeah.
I think all of that would probably make a
I
successful
think that
date.
would make for a successful date nowadays.
And nobody tells anybody else that they look like a hobo.
Do they do that?
They did that to me.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, this banker did that to me once.
That was before the digital age, man.
I know, but I didn't even know I was on a date. I don't think that was fair.
Well, people have always been buttheads.
I know. I really didn't like him. He was one of those guys, like, well, first off, I didn't realize it was a date. I was at work. It was the middle of the day. It was lunch, for God's sake. I didn't know. And it was cold and it was Maine and it was winter and I was wearing a lot of clothes because it was cold and it was Maine and it was winter, right? But I didn't know it was a date. But I didn't really like him that much as a friend even because he was one of those people who would constantly, like, say something mean to you and then try to like build you up a tiny bit and then say something mean again.
Damn,
like,
sounds like somebody you want in your life, baby.
Like, yeah, but that's like a technique. So like the other person's like grateful. Like, oh, I do look like I have no fashion sense.
That's like a technique for kidnappers.
But this person cares enough about me to have lunch. I'm so lucky.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
So he's just looking for broke ass people.
Yeah. And I guess he thought I was broke ass, but I was just like, hell to the no. What the hell? I was like, wow, that's insulting. You're great. And like, that was kind of it didn't work very well for him. Worked great for me because I got out of there. Doug said together. I think he did mean together, Doug.
Taking the class?
Yeah.
Yeah, but just as like study partners.
Doug says, now that I'm good at flirting, I'm not allowed to do it. And Dee said, you'll just get told you don't look like your picture. Oh, Dee. Hate that. That's cruel.
I hope you don't have experience with that, Dee.
No, Dee better not. Dee's beautiful.
That's what happens when you don't just post a real picture of yourself.
Yeah, I'm trying to
And
think.
you're like going through the filters for
Have
3
you-
hours.
Have you had
What?
any really horrible dates, baby?
Me?
Do you remember going on dates?
Dates?
Yeah.
You know, man.
Ahoo.
No, I'm just trying to think of what qualifies as a date, you know. Also, for this conversation, I'm thinking like a date would be somebody that you don't really know that well, right?
Okay.
But you're trying to get to know more. So
For romantic purposes.
I was quite young, like high school still, or a little, yeah, when I did those kind of dates. And
Wait, I thought you didn't go on dates in high
I
school.
went on, no, just a couple, and they were all awkward.
No.
Because I was. That's why.
What?
Yeah.
You were awkward?
They probably, had I been less awkward and shy, they probably would have been just fantastic.
Did you have closed off body language in which you rocked back and forth and
This
crossed
is not closed off.
crossed your arms in
It's
front of
just,
yourself?
that's just because you've been telling me you've been carrying the podcast all
Oh, no.
And now I'm feeling negative about myself.
Honey, you're wonderful.
Don't worry about it. You can have a part-time job as a life coach. I'm just kidding.
Tell me about your dates. Why were you awkward?
Well, that's because that's who I was. Then, now I'm a monster.
Don't say that when you're married.
Just to you, baby. I mean it in a good way. Like fuzzy monsters, like in Monsters Inc. Those kind of monsters.
Like Grover and Sesame Street?
No, Fuzzies Inc. Monsters Inc. Not Fuzzies Inc.
Oh, boy.
You know the movie?
Tell me, yes.
Tell you what.
Tell me another weird college major.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Give me 1 second.
Well, you won't tell me details about your awkward dates. So.
Oh, well, there was no details. There was like, I mean, just, maybe like actually going to a movie or even dinner maybe. And then some awkward conversation. And then, at the very most, maybe like a kiss goodnight or something. But, I was always afraid to be as bold as I learned to be later in life. And it really held me back, I think. But it's all right.
When I was in high school, I broke up with my boyfriend for a little bit.
Oh, you were such a player.
I was a player.
Right, for this particular story. Go ahead, baby.
Anyways, my mom used to take me to the back room occasionally. That was our big place we went out to eat if we ever got to go out to eat in high school. And it was this Greek-owned restaurant, I guess. But it was a little Greek, but American, in Manchester, New Hampshire. And one of the boys who was our busser, the waitress was like, he wants to ask you out on a date. And I was like, oh no, that's so awkward, right? And my mom was like, go. And I'm like, I have a boyfriend. She's like, break up with him so you can go on the date. And I was like, no. And then I did.
Wait a minute. Who said that?
My mama.
Wait a minute. You took, with your mother's track history,
I didn't know her track.
her track record, you took her advice on dating?
It's mean. Don't talk badly about
It's
my mom.
honest.
Anyway, so, my boyfriend and I were on Rocky Road right then anyway.
Was there a reason?
Because he was gay. So we had a rocky place right then.
Oh!
And so it wasn't like the end of the world. So we broke up a little bit. We broke up. And I was like, okay, fine. I'll go out on a date with
No,
this
they
guy.
just broke up a little bit. But Carrie still took full advantage of it.
I meant for a little bit. So I went out on this date with this guy. And his dad had been a teacher at my middle school. And that was really awkward. And then, he had this really dorky friend, who was a lot older than us. And he came by while we were on the date.
Where the hell were you dating? Did he walk by the dude's car or what?
We were at the Mall of New Hampshire.
Well, how did the
There
guy
were no
just come-
10-foot aliens there, though,
When you
sadly.
said came by, I thought maybe you were at the guy's house or something.
No, it was just really, really awkward. And he was like, I know you're really kind of a hippie freak in the middle of our date.
To you?
Yeah.
The guy you were dating said
Yeah.
that, not the friend?
Yeah. And he was like, but I'm going to West Point next year. I just got in. And I was like, cool.
Yeah.
But he dropped out after a month. And that was kind of our date. He was like, you're too hippy dippy for me. And I
Well,
was
it's
like,
a good thing he said that, otherwise he might have got stuck with the West Point dropout.
I know. The horror.
Yeah.
But another guy that I dated quickly told me that I looked like a breeder. Like I'd be a good breeder. Despite my lack of hips.
You know, I can think of a million ways to say that are a lot more sexy.
Yeah. And then underneath the seat, I brought my dog on the date because I didn't quite trust him. Turns out I was right.
Yeah.
And my
that was that guy.
Yeah, and my dog, we were at the gas station, and my dog was like a Great Pyrenees. So they're these huge, great, big, white, fluffy dogs, right? He was digging under this guy's seat while the guy was getting gas. And I'm like, oh my God, stop it, RJ, stop it. And he pulls out this piece of paper. I swear this is true. And the piece of paper was a restraining order, a protection of abuse order from a woman in Alabama.
And what'd you do?
I pretended to be violently ill and had him bring me back home.
Well, you're lucky he brought you home.
Yeah, and then he stalked me for a while.
Did he really?
Oh, yeah. Like,
Hey.
he would show up in my college, which was not even in the same state as my house. He would send me, he sent me Bartlett's book of famous quotations with all these weird symbols in the front. Like, words.
After that whole experience, and you still chose me, baby.
Yeah. So I had some weird dates.
I'm
Is
just
my
you weren't
point.
supposed to agree with that so easily.
Oh, sorry.
That was supposed to be a joke.
You've never called me a breeder or told me that I looked like I was living on the streets, so I'm all right with you.
No,
Comparatively.
I've never said those things. Not even in role play.
Even in your awkward high school years, I bet you wouldn't have said that.
Oh, hell no.
Doug Marshall says, my high school crush treated me like a chauffeur. Chauffeurs are not allowed to kiss.
Oh, I'm sorry, Doug.
Oh, Doug. That's heartbreaking. D said, you gotta read this one.
I had a guy tell me he liked my teeth. I immediately quit smiling.
Can you say, I like your teeth in your weird, creepy, whispery voice?
No.
Bud, come on.
You know, if I say it, nobody's going to hear it anyways. Because I won't be talking as loud as I normally
Come
do.
over here onto mine. Come on over. Come join me at this computer. Ready?
Wait,
You're not joining me.
hold on. I'm coming.
He's coming. That's what she said. All right, ready?
Oh, stop. You're stealing my thunder.
Okay.
I was going to say, did he say it like this, D? I don't know. I can't do that, baby.
Come on. All right, just say seashells, and the
Seashells.
that one.
Why would I say that?
I don't know. Just say something.
I
creepy
can't. That's the
voice.
problem. That's why I can't get myself into that voice right now. Because
This
it's
is
because
called
Steve,
blocking.
it's because Steve's not here.
So our friend Steve really wigs out when Shaun uses his voice, and Shaun has this very quiet, kind of whispery voice.
It's not that whispery, baby.
Well, to all of us,
Huh?
it is. So Steve
Well,
wants Shaun to have a podcast where he just uses that voice, which is obviously not going to work because he can't even do it right
That's
now.
right. I can't.
And reads my poems, like my first grade haiku. Spring is fun, you see, because flowers grow with rain and robins come home. Can you do that?
I can't even remember what you just said, baby girl.
Spring is fun, you see.
Maybe if you stop pressuring me so much, I could do it. I was gonna try to.
I hate my life.
I was gonna try to do these thing about he liked her teeth, but
Okay.
to you, I
Oh,
was gonna be
God.
like, baby girl, you got the widest teeth I've ever come across. Kind of close.
It's a little more whispery, but it was okay.
I don't know if anyone even heard it.
I think they all heard it. They're just so tuned out of the podcast.
Really?
Yeah,
Now they have it tuned out.
didn't they have? Baby girl.
Baby girl.
Baby girl. There he goes. He's rolling back to his station.
That was a long trip.
All right.
All right.
Whispery voices.
Nobody's D said she heard it.
D heard it with laughing emojis.
Yeah.
All right, D. D's saving the day again. Oh, Susie has a story.
I'll read it.
Yay.
Worst date was junior prom. My mother and her friend from church conspired to get the friend's son to ask me to the prom because I was a new kid in school and had no date. I met my date the night of the prom. He didn't dance. I love to dance. So we spent the night playing mini golf and sitting in silence as he waited for his dad to pick us up. See, that sounds like one of my dates right there.
Maybe it was you, baby.
What?
Maybe you were the one.
Well, not technically possible, but unless it wouldn't work. Period. But anyways, that's like one of my date stories.
You just sit there quietly, awkwardly. Somebo'd ask your date would be like, "Can you do your whispery voice, Shaun?" And then you wouldn't do it.
Voice back then.
And then you'd be like, "That's too much pressure."
I didn't have a secret weapon back then.
I didn't know it's a secret.
My whispery voice brings all the good to the
Oh, D has a story.
Oh.
D says, I was out with my friends and I made a comment that I thought the bartender was cute. So she pretended to go say something, but her other friend went to the wrong guy and he came over to our table and never left.
Oh my God.
That's when the line came out.
About her teeth.
All of my friends abandoned me with this creepy guy. The busboy, who I knew, ended up saving me.
That was very nice.
Much nicer than my busboy. West Point dropout.
He was a busboy?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, man. He was a busboy. The waitress was like, our busboy likes you. Can he ask you out?
Oh, that's right. He was a busboy at the restaurant. Yeah.
Damn.
Nobody that went to West Point ever started out as a busboy.
He did.
And he dropped out.
I know, but
Nobody that successfully went to West Point ever started out as a busboy.
I don't think that's true.
I don't think it's true.
I think that's one of those lies that
Sounds
people
good.
just like aliens in the Miami Mall that people say, and then maybe
you can't verify it, right?
Yeah.
Well, you probably could.
Yeah.
But it takes some questions on Facebook. Anybody ever been a busboy and successfully graduated West Point?
D said, he told me, quote, you look like you needed rescuing.
That's just as bad as you look like a good breeder.
No, that was the busboy who was rescuing her. I yelled at my friends later.
Oh. Well, wouldn't it have been better if the other guy said it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Your teeth are amazing, but you look like you, like I could see it. Like your teeth are amazing. You have the amazing teeth.
I really like your teeth, baby, but you look like you need salvation. And I'm just the guy to do it for you.
Dating is so hard.
Thank God we don't have to do it very often.
What?
I'm just kidding.
That was really mean.
Huh?
You're so mean.
Well, I don't want everybody to know that we have our special date nights.
Hey, did you know that in my family, if you said huh, you got in trouble?
Huh?
Yeah. Like in my family, if you came home for Thanksgiving or something with me and you kept saying huh, they'd be like, Shaun, why don't you just say excuse me? Or
and I would have been like, excuse me?
Can you repeat yourself? Or I'm so sorry, I didn't hear you.
That's offensive. You're making fun of my Southern heritage.
No, they would be making fun of your huh.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Huh?
I would get.
How do you think I perfected this?
I would get in so much trouble if I said huh. Like that.
Oh.
Yeah. It would be like saying FART.
Fart? Oh, man.
Yeah.
Your parents wouldn't have said shit to me.
Oh, see, D said I'd get in trouble. Everyone in my family says huh.
See?
Maybe it is Southern.
Yeah.
Maybe. Well, you couldn't be Southern in my New Hampshire family, I guess.
Well, probably not. That's how you northern people are, you Yankees.
I don't know. I'm sure there's a lot of northern people who say huh.
Oh, there are nowadays, because they all came from down south.
Oh, man. All right, we made it through the podcast.
What? Already?
Yes.
Hot damn.
Hot damn.
I
You
mean,
couldn't say that in
not
my house
really.
either, honestly. You couldn't say that in my house either. Hot damn.
Was there no cussing in your house?
Mm-mm. My mom didn't say SH swear word. She said sugar diabetes.
Are you kidding me?
No, she'd be like, oh, sugar diabetes. Like
I never
that.
cussed
Yeah.
when I was like a teenager, but
A
that's because I
teenager.
didn't need to. Like I had enough cussing extraneously in my life. I didn't need to do it myself.
No one, my mom never ever said the F word in her whole entire life.
Well, your mother missed out. F word. You know what? If I went back to school and I was going to be like a psychiatrist, my master's thesis or my doctorate or whatever would be on the power of the F word.
Fart?
The psychological benefits of the word fuck.
Shaun, don't say it. Oh,
Oh,
gosh.
I can't if you say it?
Why do you do that?
Oh, what's going to happen?
Well, A, I have to put an explicit label on the podcast, and
Oh.
B, someone on Facebook can complain.
I'm so sorry.
We talk about this all the time, babe.
Have I ever said it before?
Yeah.
Did we ever get banned?
No.
Whew, thank
But
God.
we will someday.
Maybe it'll happen just one more time. We'll get leniency and I'll never say it again.
You're a liar. You're a lying liar who lies, Shaun.
I won't. After
Maybe
tonight.
Farrar, your last name, should be the new F word.
No, that's not a good last name. That takes away the power of it.
You're not allowed to say Farrar.
Oh, I got you. That's
Yeah.
a good. Oh, you're a little psychology master, aren't you?
Decent's first F-bomb of the year.
Oh, that's also the first episode of the year, by the way.
Yay!
It's our inaugural 2024
F-bomb.
podcast episode.
My
And I
mom is rolling in her
accidentally
grave.
said the F word.
You didn't. You said it on purpose. You purposefully said it.
You know, I think if you mark it explicit, nobody can complain.
They can on Facebook.
You can't mark it explicit on Facebook?
No.
Can you put it in the title? You're like, Shaun effed up again. This is
Not when it's live.
Baby, it's 8:02, man.
I know.
Oh, it's live. It's already done.
This is why I hate live. All right, goodbye,
take it
everyone. Thanks for hanging out with us.
We love you. Happy New Year.
Happy
Thank you so
2024.
much.
Maybe full of
My
no
apologies if my F-bomb offended anyone.
no F-bombs and all that. Oh, Susie also got in trouble for Haas.
Huh.
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 What?
You know where I got in trouble for, huh?
Uh.
It's church.
Church.
Man, that Pentecost, my dad would have slapped me for saying that in the church, yeah.
That's not a good response either.
But as soon as we got out of there, boy.
He was F-bombing all over.
Oh,
Another one.
yeah.
Happy 2024. Thanks for hanging with us.
See you in 2 weeks.
Hopefully, if I make it.
She'll make it. I'll keep her alive.
No, we won't.
Thank you for listening to Loving the Strange. Please be sure to like and subscribe. And remember, embrace the strange. New episodes every Saturday, live streaming Fridays. Go get your strange on, friends. Thanks for listening.